A fellow undead. You've come to Lordran as well, have you not? A most fascinating place, where every ruin tells a story, and every soul has meaning. We shall not merely survive this journey. We will uncover it, all of it, every path, every secret, every fragment of its forgotten lore. So, if you would be so kind, let us engage in jolly cooperation and master the fallen realm of Lordran.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arched trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone skins. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed Darksign. Yes, indeed. The Darksign brands the undead. And in this land, The undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Black Separation Crystal. This black crystal, long a symbol of farewell, is granted to banished undead. The crystal sends phantoms back to their homes, or sends you back to yours. Beware of fickle use of this item if you intend to nurture relations. Darksign. The Darksign signifies an accursed undead. Those branded with it are reborn after death, but will one day lose their mind and go hollow. Death triggers the Darksign, which returns its bearer to the last bonfire rested at, but at the cost of all humanity and souls. Master Key. This universal key opens any basic lock, tool of the trade for thieves. But in the cursed land of the undead, most doors are better left unopened. Dungeon Cell Key. Key to the dungeon of the Undead Asylum to the north. A mysterious knight, without saying a word, shoved a corpse down into the cell, and on its person was this key. Who was this knight? And what was his purpose? There may be no answers, but one must still forge ahead. Heal. Elementary miracle cast by clerics. Restores HP. To cast a miracle, the caster learns a tale of the gods and says a prayer to be blessed by its revelations. Heal is the shortest of such miraculous tales. Straight sword hilt. The hilt of this lost sword was found discarded in the Undead Asylum. Only slightly better than one's bare hands and not recommended for extensive use. Be certain to find a replacement quickly. Holy robe and trousers, donned by men of the cloth. Though plain to the eye, its hardy fabric repels rain and keeps the body warm. Those dissatisfied with church teachings must test their faith by going on a spiritual journey. Such is the ritual self-purification of the Way of White. A small difference from our previous journey. This time we shall focus only on what truly reveals the story of Lordran. Every item, every fragment that brings us closer to its hidden lore. As for the rest, do not worry. They shall remain on our path to full completion, of course. Now then, praise the sun. East-west shield, wooden shield, decorated with the ancient symbol of a double-headed eagle, painted yellow. Wood shields are lighter than metal shields, but with lower physical damage reduction and reduced shield stability. Mace, iron hammer with a protrusive pommel, standard weapon for clerics. This simple bladeless strike weapon is effective against most foes and can break the guard of a shield. However, one miss leaves one wide open.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. In thine exodus from the Undead Asylum, maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite. Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death, and thank you.
Estus Flask. The undead treasure these dull green flasks. Fill with Estus at bonfire, fills HP. The Estus flasks are linked to the Firekeepers. The Dark Tales also make reference. An emerald flask from the Keeper's soul. She lives to protect the flame and dies to protect it further. Undead Asylum Floor 2 East Key. Key to the iron bars on the east side of the second floor of the North Undead Asylum. The Undead Asylum is a giant undead prison, segmented by countless iron bars. Even if an undead were to escape from a cell, passage to the outside world would not be gained easily. Canvas Talisman, medium for casting miracles of the gods. Canvas Talisman is for clerics on pilgrimage. Equip Talisman to cast miracles. Attune miracles from a scroll at a bonfire. Most miracles have limited number of uses. Big Pilgrim's Key. Key to the inner door of the Undead Asylum main hall. Big key belonging to a chosen undead pilgrim. But this chosen undead knows not what this pilgrimage has in store. Humanity. Rare, tiny black sprite found on corpses. Used to gain 1 humanity and restore a large amount of HP. This black sprite is called humanity, but little is known about its true nature. If the soul is the source of all life, then what distinguishes the humanity we hold within ourselves?
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen to leave the Undead Asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Have you heard of reverse hollowing? By offering humanity as a bonfire, one may return to human form. In doing so, you open your world to others, allies, should you seek jolly cooperation, and invaders drawn to your presence. In our case, we shall walk this path as humans, as often as we can, not only to welcome fellow warriors, but to encounter those who would challenge us. For some invasions, not mere threat, but opportunities. Special encounters, with rewards we would not wish to miss.
What do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess, fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first, but there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the Undead Asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the Undead Church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead? What? You want to hear more? Oh, that's all we need. Another inquisitive soul. Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up above in the Undead Church, but the lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the Undead Burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the Undead Burg, within the plague-infested Blight Town. But I'd die again before I stepped foot in that cesspool. Bloody hell, what is it now? You ask too many questions. What now? I'm not up for chatting. Leave me alone. What? I'm not...
Firebomb. Bisky urn filled with black powder. Explodes, inflicting fire damage. Relatively powerful ranged weapon, especially in situations calling for fire damage. A very precious item at low levels. Many warriors use these to augment their strategic repertoire.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thorolund. Have you business with us? If not, I prefer to keep a distance, if possible. Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
Copper coin. Coin made of copper. Its face shows Old Man Macloif, god of medicine and drink. Even coins of great value in the world of men have little value in Lordran, where the accepted currency is souls. Those who dream of returning to the outside world are fond of carrying these around.
Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you? Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods. Now let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith. My companions are Milady and her young knights. She is young, but burdened by an undead mission. We are her defenses, to keep her from harm. An undead mission? Regrettably, I cannot share that with you. But you are my pupil. Perhaps if you show your faith. I'm afraid that may be difficult, for our missions are sacred. Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
Ah, you may have heard sacred bonds formed between like-minded souls across Lordran. Each offers a different path, a different purpose. Some seek battle, others cooperation. The first we may encounter is the Way of White, a covenant devoted to aiding fellow undead. Those who walk this path are more easily drawn together, their signs appearing closer, their miracles resonating with greater strength. And perhaps most comforting of all, it offers some protection from those who would seek to invade our world, a gentle beginning for those who would not walk alone. Soul of a lost undead who has long ago gone hollow, used to acquire souls. Souls are the source of all life, and whether undead or even hollow, one continues to seek them. Caduceus Round Shield. Round wooden shield crafted in Lordran, decorated by an ancient blue Caduceus. The giant trees in Lordran are distant offspring of the great stone arch trees. This shield inherits their properties, and the wood greatly reduces magic damage. Winged Spear, a long hilted spear with a barbed point, long reach, and can be used with shield up, effective against hard exteriors, and hits for high damage at the right moment of an enemy's swing. But the hit radius is small, and it is easily blocked by shields. Zweihander, one of the gigantic straight greatswords. As the name suggests, the Zweihander is held with 2 hands, but its wielder must still be inhumanly strong. It is this great weight that sends foes flying when hit solidly. Binoculars made of brass, used to peer at distant scenery. This advanced device was built by a famous craftsman of Astora. Its utility is singular, but its applications many. The value of these specs depends greatly on the imagination of their owner.
I will teach. I'm afraid that may be difficult, for our missions are sacred. I'm afraid that may be difficult. Come again. The effectiveness of the Oh, miracles? I'm afraid that may be difficult.
Ring of Sacrifice. This mystical ring was created in a sacrificial rite of Velka, the goddess of sin. Its wearer will lose nothing upon death, but the ring itself breaks. rubbish with no value. Who in their right mind would bother carrying this around? Perhaps you need help. Broken straight sword. Half of the blade of this straight sword is broken off. Only the completely hollowed would even consider using this as a weapon. Shortsword. This small straight sword is widely used to an extent only matched by the longsword, an accessible sword which inflicts consistent regular damage and high thrust damage, making it applicable to a variety of situations.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale. Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave. Here, I'm not here to chit-chat. We talk business, or we talk nothing at all. Here, I'm not here. We talk business. Thank you kindly.
Orange Guidance Soapstone. Online play item. Write, view, or rate messages. Messages transmit to other worlds where they are rated. Also, rate messages of others. In Lordran, the flow of time is distorted and messages allow undead to assist or deceive one another. Throwing knife, used as a projectile. Throwing knives have limited range and accuracy compared to arrows, but offer a quick and easy ranged attack. Undead who lack other means of ranged attacks will do well to stock a few of these. Residence Key. Key to a residence in the Undead Burg. Simple, sturdy design of the locks in the Burg keep out unwanted visitors. But this is a standard key in these parts and will open several residences.
Oh, I hope you've brought... Oh, thank you. Come back.
Bottomless Box. A peculiar bottomless wooden box. Its origins are unknown. Some deride it as a symbol of unbridled avarice. Any number of items can be deposited into the box, and items can be managed while resting at a bonfire. Light crossbow. Standard crossbow issued to soldiers. While bows require both hands, a crossbow is held in one, but arming each bolt takes time. Wooden shield, vertically elongated wooden shield, decorated with a white dragon. Gold pine resin. Rare pine resin which emits golden sparks, applies lightning to right-hand weapon, Affected weapon inflicts rare lightning damage, making it effective against targets which are resilient to both magic and fire. Very effective against dragon family foes. Black Knight Sword. Great sword of the Black Knights who wander Lordran, used to face chaos demons. The large motion that puts the weight of the body into the attack reflects the great size of their adversaries long ago. Titanite chunk for weapon reinforcement, not found outside of Lordran. Reinforces standard weapons to +14 and crystal lightning weapons to +4. With the discovery of chunks in Lordran, the race to locate the legendary slabs has begun. But could they be mere myth? Blue Tearstone Ring. The rare gem called Tearstone has the uncanny ability to sense imminent death. This blue tearstone from Katarina boosts the defense of its wearer when in danger. Homeward bone. Bone fragment reduced to white ash. Returned to last bonfire used for resting. Bonfires are fueled by bones of the undead. In rare cases, the strong urge of their previous owners to seek bonfires enchants their bones with a homeward instinct. And so, Lordran reveals its first truths. We were not meant to escape the Undead Asylum, yet here we stand, guided by a prophecy we scarcely understand. At Firelink Shrine, the undead gather, drawn by whispers of fate and the promise of awakening the bells. And beyond, the Undead Burg, not merely ruins, but the remains of a kingdom once bound to the gods, now hollow, yet still restless. The Taurus Demon was no legend, but proof that something far older still lingers in this land. We are told to ring the bells, yet no one tells us why. Perhaps that is the true nature of this journey. Not to be guided, but to seek the truth for ourselves. Our path leads onward, deeper into Lordran, and whatever awaits, we shall face it together. Until then, praise the sun.